Andiamo. My name is Anna Francese Gas, and I'm a chef and cookbook author focused on making classic Italian dishes that are fast, easy, and most of all, fun. I'm excited. Cooking absolutely does not have to be complicated. With a few simple ingredients and a couple of very easy techniques, I've created snacks and dishes that everyone can make at home. It's quick, Italian, and fun. And of course, made with love. Welcome to my kitchen. In Italian, polpette is really just a round ball of food. So you're not necessarily talking about ground beef or veal or pork. It could be a whole bunch of things. That's why they say polpette di carne. Today, we're not talking about beef. Today, we're gonna do a tuna meatball, polpette di tonno, and we're gonna do an eggplant meatball, polpette di melanzane. So, if you're sick of just the regular, these are two fun spuntini, very fun snacks that are gonna take your meatball to the next level. Let's start with the tuna. For the tuna meatballs, I love to make a little dipping sauce. Everyone loves to dip, and especially if you're making a small meatball, it's really fun. So I start with an aioli that I make at home. Now, aioli is the French term for mayonnaise. So you can just take some mayonnaise, thin it with a little bit of lemon juice, and come up with something a little bit similar. However, making aioli at home is so simple, I wanna show you how to do it. It starts with an egg yolk, and I love using my small food processor because it does all the work and makes it even easier. Egg yolk, compost the shell. This can be tomorrow's breakfast. You're gonna add to this a little salt, a little pep. Grab a lemon. Okay. Zest it first. Always zest and then cut. Little hack here. A lot of people go like this when they're doing zest. You don't have to do that. Make nice, long movements. It's less work, and you get a better zest. You don't want to go too far because once you see that pith, the lighter yellow, no flavor there. It's all in the dark yellow part. All right, so chop this in half. Now I'm gonna do a little squeeze. Because again, in cooking, you can always add, but you can't subtract. So I'm gonna do a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna grab a little vinegar and some really good olive oil. The reason you want really good olive oil is because it's the star of the show. So anytime you're making a recipe that doesn't have a lot of ingredients, spend a little bit extra because you're gonna be able to appreciate them. Splash of vinegar. Now I'm gonna put the top right on, and I'm gonna turn this on to get it going, okay? And then I'm gonna drizzle it in. And what you're basically making is a really thick dressing. This you can have for 7 days in the fridge. The only thing you'll have to do when you remove it is give it a nice little mix because just like dressing, it will separate. The emulsification only lasts for a little bit of time. And the more olive oil I add, the thicker it's gonna be. Take off the top. Gonna give it a little taste, spoon. I like it. I'm gonna add a little more salt. I'm a salty girl. I like things salty. So again, this is my aioli. It's gonna taste just the way I want it, and your aioli is gonna taste just the way you want it. It's back on. All right, so this little guy, he's just gonna hang out for me right back here while we continue on. Okay, so now we can very quickly make these tuna polpette, tuna meatballs. Now, you're gonna look at this tuna and you're gonna think it looks a little bit different, and it does. This is Italian tuna. It comes already in its fillet. They don't flake it. They don't really want to manipulate it too much, which gives it a great flavor. So I'm gonna put that in here. Now, I drained the olive oil. You don't want to use all the olive oil that they give you, but it's nice to keep a little bit in the recipe because it just gets everything moist. So I'm gonna throw a tablespoon in. I'm gonna leave this here in case I need more, okay? I'm also gonna put in some breadcrumb and more lemon. I love lemon. It enhances the flavor of so many things, both savory and sweet, and Italians really love lemon. I was lucky enough to spend time in Naples on the Amalfi Coast, and when I tell you the lemons are the size of your head, I am not joking. They're huge. All right, I got the zest. Once again, I'm gonna grab the juice. Definitely wanna use that. Okay. This guy's for the compost. All right, so I'm gonna get this in and start breaking it up. You know what, I'm even gonna use my fork and really get it mixed together. So I have that broken down. We need an egg. Beat it. Always make sure you fully beat your eggs. Drizzle him in and get that mixed in. Now, this might sound strange, but when I've had polpette di tonno in Italy, they always add a little mashed potato. It gives it a nice flavor, and it really just allows everything to come together. It also kind of gives me tuna casserole vibes. So I really enjoy the potato. And I have to tell you, a lot of times when I make mashed potatoes for dinner and I have them left over, this is what I make the next night. Just grab one. Go through the potato ricer and squeeze it in there. Okay. Right, other half. So I'm mixing this up, and this smells so good. All right, so I have this all mixed in and incorporated. Little pep. Always salt. Okay. Mix it up. And that's it. I can get these guys frying. I'm gonna turn on my heat. While I'm waiting for the heat on the stove to get to around 350, even when you're shallow frying, you are gonna want your heat to stay around 350. I'm gonna do one more fun step just to add a little crunch. I love when my meals have texture. So obviously the tuna meatball is very soft. So I like adding a little texture to the outside. You don't have to do it, it's not required, but this has a nice little extra flavor. And so all you do is throw them right into your breadcrumb, okay? Okay, so I have a good amount of these little meatballs here. I'm gonna test my oil. I love to throw down a little bit of breadcrumb, see if it activates, get it to dance a little bit. All right, this is ready to go. I'm gonna drop my little meatballs in the oil. They're small, so I can add a lot. Give my pan a little shimmy. and let them roll around. And as you can see, they're getting nice and golden brown. They're getting crunchy on the outside. They're getting warmed on the inside. So I'm gonna finish frying up all my delicious little polpette di tonno, tuna meatballs, and when we come back, we'll plate the dish. These look wonderful. You can just tell your kids that they're fish sticks in ball form. Anything to get kids to eat, right? I wanna show you how I love to serve them. Drop a few down, just like that. So cute. Now, what you can do, and what they also do in Venice, is they serve them with little toothpicks, which are called stuzzichini. So you can do that too. I got my little dipping sauce. You could add some herbs to this if you wanted. Here you go. And now we're gonna jump right in to my eggplant meatballs. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna cut these up. I love these. These are some good eggplant. Very little seeds. Oh, this one's even better. No seeds. Just gonna quarter them up, just like that. Now, we're gonna get these into some hot water. And that's gonna allow them to cook. Because if I just chopped these up and made them into meatballs and fried them, they would be completely logged with oil. By pre-cooking the eggplant, you're removing the moisture, you're helping getting them down to a nice, soft consistency, because eggplants, the more that they cook, the creamier they get. And then what you get with your meatball is a really creamy inside and a crunchy outside. These are phenomenal. So once I get them in, I'm gonna go ahead and push it down, just like that. So, I have a big bowl. I'm gonna start putting in my other ingredients while I wait for my eggplant. It's gonna take 10 minutes. We're gonna start with some breadcrumb. I make them myself at home with leftover bread. Pan grattato in Italian. And that's a cup and a half. All right. Always salt. Little pep. 3 eggs. 3. All right. Compost bowl. All right. Gorgeous. Grab a fork. Una forchetta. And always beat those eggs like you mean it. Okay. Beat the eggs with purpose. I'm gonna throw that in. Now, if you know me well, it's hard for me to have a recipe without cheese, so let's go grab some cheese. A very common ingredient in meatballs is Parmigiano. This is about half a cup. I'm gonna throw it in. Okay. Ricotta salata is semi-firm, so I can still kind of press into it, but it's hard, and it's gonna grate really beautifully. It's kind of like the Italian feta cheese. It's got that same briny, salty feeling, and it's made with ricotta. I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a cup. All right, so we have a ricotta. Save this, because I can never have enough of this. So good. All right, now, this, my friends, is ready. Give them a little mix. All right, these look great. I love mitts like this. I'm protected, my hands are protected. Tell your kids to get out of the way. Oof, this is heavy. All right, and I'm going to get this in and then strain my eggplant, just like that. All right. So now I'm just gonna put it into some cold water. Give it a nice little shock, because I wanna cool them off. I wanna stop the cooking process, right? Now, eggplants love moisture. They're full of moisture, and then I just threw them in water, which made them even more moist. So once I get these nice and cool, I want to wring them out. And you can do that right with your hand, just like that. Make sure they're cool and wring them out, all right? Once they're wrung out, you can lay them on a paper towel just like this, okay? And what you have here is all of our eggplant slices that have been wrung out. You can just use your hands, your best kitchen utensil. These, your hands. So you just wring them out, and I have them here, okay? So what am I gonna do? I get my eggplant, put it on my board, just like this. This guy can move out of the way now. So now I'm gonna give him a rough chop. You can also make this entire recipe in a food processor, but I'll be honest with you, I like it a little bit on the chunky side. I like it when I'm biting in that I'm getting those crunchy bits from having a little bit more of a texture. But you can do it either way. You can make these, you know, super smooth because like I said, when eggplant cooks, it gets incredibly creamy. All right, so I'm just chopping away here. So I have this all smashed up to the consistency that I like. You do you. Scrape it in, just like that. And you know, just for some color, I am gonna add a little bit of parsley. Mint would taste great. You could even do a little basil, a little chive, but I'm feeling parsley. Okay, so now that we have everybody in the pool, now I'm gonna mix them up. You can do this with your hands. My mom always mixes meatballs with her hands. She thinks it makes them more tender. Now, once I have my meatball, I can roll it into a traditional meatball. These, I actually like to press them down. Why? Because it gives me more crunchy bits. I'm gonna keep making these, and when we come back, I'm gonna fry them up for you. I am ready to fry. My polpette are all done. These I'm actually gonna save for another day. These freeze excellently. So I'm just gonna throw in the ones that I wanna make. Sizzle, sizzle. My oil's talking to me. It's like, hey, I am ready to get cooking. Make sure that they're nice and spaced out so everyone's got room, everyone's getting some heat. And I'm just gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna grab some of my spicy marinara. I make this in big batches and then I always have it in the freezer or in the fridge when I need it. Again, everyone loves the dipping sauce. These taste delicious on their own, but I love to have an option for it. Look at that golden brown. I mean, it's just so pretty. It is gonna have such a lovely crunch and a creamy center. All right. I'm gonna let them go on this side. We're always gonna wanna drain fried food. Even if it's just a shallow fry like this, food gets soggy very quickly. So if you let this kind of just sit in an oily dish, they're not gonna taste so great. If you drain them on a sheet pan with a wire rack, not only are they gonna drain, but they're gonna stay nice and crunchy. It all works out. Look at this. Perfectly crunchy on the outside, cooked through the middle, just like so. I have given these to people and they did not know that they were meatless. For some reason, because eggplant is such a meaty vegetable, it can trick the palate. So if you're trying to get people in your family to eat more vegetables, I think eggplant is a great place to start. Okay, we have these gorgeous eggplant patties, meatballs, polpette di melanzane, as you would say in Italy. Let's serve them up. So, I'm gonna grab a dish. You know, I think I'm gonna do something a little different. Instead of a dipping sauce, I've changed my mind. Let me grab a spoon, just to show you another little option. It's always great to have options, right? So I'm gonna take my dish, and I'm actually gonna pour this right down. Just like that, right in the middle. Then, I'm gonna put these gorgeous little patties all around, just like that. Okay? Then, right? It's nice to give people a little sneak peek on what they're getting. So I'm gonna take this and sprinkle it down the top, just like that. Doesn't this feel like something you'd get in a restaurant? How easy was that? Just to be extra, as my daughter would say, a little parsley, and there you go. Who would not fall in love with vegetables after trying these? Well, this was really fun. And I don't think anybody is going to be searching for the meat in these meatballs. We started with a great polpette di tonno, tuna meatball with a luscious aioli to go with. And then we ended with a polpette di melanzane, a eggplant meatball with a nice spicy marinara sauce and a beautiful sprinkling of ricotta salata. Arrivederci.